Good evening, Peaceprenuer listener. Today we are honored to be joined by Dr. Dody Wibowo, a leading peace educator and practitioner with more than 2 decades of experiences advancing peace education and peace building across Asia and beyond. Dr. Weber is an assistant professor at University's Gajah Mada in Indonesia, where he also heads quality assurance for the master's program in peace and conflict resolution. He served as the director of advocacy and community empowerment at Sukma Foundation, guiding the integrations of peace education in schools in Aceh and Central Sulawesi. His scholarship includes a PhD from the University of Otago in New Zealand, where his research explored how school culture can strengthen teachers' capacity for peace education. Over the years, Dr. Weibo has worked with various organizations and was involved in training teachers, youth, faith leaders, actually religious leaders, journalists, and even former combatants in the principles and practices of peace. So, in today's conversation, we'll be exploring his journey, his vision, and his mainstreaming peace education, and how he has trained teachers, schools, and communities to become the agent of peace in the divided world. Welcome, Dr. Dodi.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Supedi.
So you are in Indonesia. What time is it in Indonesia?
It's Saturday, 7 a.m. in the morning. Yeah.
I'm so excited to be waking up early on the Saturday morning at 7.
Yeah.
Um,
It's nice. It's just
yeah, we are here.
fresh energy.
We are here in Canada. Actually, it's almost like 8:11 p.m. So
Oh,
it's evening here.
yeah.
So Dr. Dodi, could you bring by sharing your experiences, your journey for peace, what inspired you to work for peace, or what inspired you to become the peace educator?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Mukti, for this. This is a question that, yeah, I always often ask to me, and there is one name that I always mention whenever I share this story. So his name is Dr. Rizal Panggabean. He's already in 2017. He was the first person who introduced peace studies to me when I was did my undergraduate study in Universitas Gajah Mada, Indonesia, in International Relations Department. So he was introducing. He has this class on peace and conflict studies, and he delivered it in a very interactive, in very engaging, and also reflective ways. And it makes me because I study international relations, so I thought that everything should be in a global level, right? Global things. But then um, Dr. Rizal, uh, uh, he he introduced this topic, and he was able to make me realize that peace or conflict that I thought it's only in the global level, it already actually affecting our personal level as well, our personal life. That's the first time I realized that this is a study that is not only um, giving benefit or making changing in an international level, but also it can affect me as a person. So then after I finished my undergrad program, I happened to be his research assistant. And at that time, he did his research on conflict in Aceh. It is a province in Indonesia. At that time, we had this separatist conflict between the Free Aceh movement and the Indonesian government. So I assist him in doing research on that topic, and I also happen to go to the province as well. So And at that time we had this specific program called Health as a Bridge for Peace. It's a collaborative program with the WHO where we uh, give capacity. So it's a capacity building training for health worker. So like doctor, nurses, and in the conflict areas because they are seen as a neutral party that can help both of the conflicting parties. We so the idea is like how can we make them become someone who can make a bridge between those conflicting parties. So we hopefully that through the so kind of they become a mediator, right? Um, and then hopefully that it can contribute to bringing down the conflict. And yeah, at that time I helped him like giving trainings, and I realized that education is very important. That everyone can have their roles in making peace, like health practitioners, health workers. They are maybe when they are studying in the university, they never have they don't have these subjects on peace, but in reality that they can working as a peace agent as well. So that makes me really see that the importance of education, that everyone should learn about peace because through their different roles, their various roles, whether you are a farmer, you are a driver, or everything, any jobs, and any ages in any stage of age stage as well, you have this capacity. You can contribute to make a better world. So that makes me realize that this is something that I really want to go deeper. I really want to learn more. And then yeah, in 2005, I happened to have the opportunity to learn more about peace education. I got scholarship from the University for Peace in Costa Rica, and I did my master's degree on peace education at UPeace. And I was very happy because when I was studying there, I my professor coming from every corner of the world, and so I they really enrich me with various perspectives on how peace education delivered from Latin American a perspective, from the European perspective, the Middle East perspective, Asian perspective. So it was really enrich my learning, and yeah, since then and when I returned to Indonesia, I worked on specifically in on peace education work, and yeah, not only in Indonesia, and then I went to Cambodia as a lecturer at the applied for conflict transformation program running by Center for Peace and Conflict Studies, and that yeah, at that program I met many practitioners on peace that they want to learn more on how to become more strategic on their peace work as well. So yeah, that makes me become more excited with this peace education world because I always believe that everyone has their capacity to contribute to make a better world. Yeah.
Yeah, well, such a fascinating story. What transformed you to become a peace builder? And you also mentioned about inner transformation from the personal perspectives to the global perspective. It changed you, and then you are working towards the global change through educations.
Yeah.
Such a powerful transformation story. You mentioned about your personal transformation. Is there any stories that you would like to share to our listener, and also a story where you have changed or transformed the life of others, or transformed the conflict into peace? If you have any stories to share, that would.
Mm. Yeah. So back in my undergraduate life, that um, Dr. Rizal, at that time, he delivered this one subject, class called conflict analysis and transformation. During that class, he asked the students to choose three different keywords in peace studies that the students want to learn more. So it's and everyone can choose their chosen uh, topics or keywords, and I choose these three keywords, which are empathy, problem solving, and I think the other one is reconciliation. Why I choose those keywords? Because it is related to my personal experience. I have my own conflict in my life with my family, with my friends, and when I try to reflect on the conflicts that I had, I saw that those three keywords always come up, always appears, right? And so yeah, I learned, I studied more about those three keywords, and in a way, it really helps me to understand. I mean, it's not then I solved the conflict that I had with my friends and family at that time, but I was able to understand better about the situation, about like, oh, before I learned about these three keywords, I just like conflict is something that is bad, and yeah, I just hate the situation. But by understand the situation better, the conflict, like why it happens and everything, it makes me become more calm, and also become, yeah, seeing conflict differently. And I realized that conflict actually can be solved in a good way, and without have to like harm any of the people involved in the conflict. So yeah, since then I think now that I become a person that is more uh, become more patient whenever I involve in a conflict. I I become not become I'm not become aggressive or uh short mind, like making decision without any uh yeah, just getting angry or something like that. Yeah, I become more calm, and then trying to step back at some times, and then trying to see everything um, in a comprehensive way. So then I try to see like what are the option to solve the problems. Become more strategic in solving problems. Whether it is my personal problems, or whenever I need to help others to solve conflict as well. And how I saw how I see what I did making differences. Um, I think um, it's not. I don't want to claim that I have like changed lives of others or changed the situation of others. But um, several times I met my previous students, and then when they came to me, and then they thanked me and say that, oh, thank you, because you you teach me in this way, or you teach me this specific specific skills on those everything. And they told me that now I become more strategic in solving problems, or this kind of things, that yeah, I'm happy that I have a contribution for others who are working on solving conflict or solving problems, although I'm not directly involved on those problems or conflict. But that's what I always believe, that everyone has their role, their responsibility, and it is good that if we can help everyone to to raise or to increase their capacity, especially in solving problem peacefully, non-violently, and yeah, wherever they face conflict or problems, they can solve it by themselves in a peaceful way. They don't need to ask others to come to help, And yeah, I think that basically the essence of education, right?
Yeah, why I asked that question was how education impact individual, right? You
Yeah.
already shared your experiences before having awareness and educations about peace. You acted differently than having that education, peace education, and you acted differently, and you were able
Yeah.
to resolve those conflict by yourself. And you also share how education has helped your student to resolve
Mhm.
their conflict in life and come back and thank you.
Yeah.
So that's a powerful example why education institutions need to integrate peace education in
Yeah.
their curriculum. So
Mhm.
let's hear more about your work in peace education in Aceh and in Indonesia. What kind of education you are involved in?
Mhm.
What impact you have seen in the field after those programs,
Mhm.
implementations? Uh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. I for in the so as you mentioned before, I have two main jobs at the moment. I'm teaching at the master program in peace and conflict resolution in Universitas Gadjah Mada in Indonesia. So basically, I become lecturer. I deliver some subjects. Currently, I'm teaching human security, and also I'm teaching strategic analysis. Before, I was teaching the philosophy of uh, peace and conflict resolution, and then also conflict management. And our students coming from various background, um, they were police officer, there were a military officer as well, religious leaders, government officers, and peace practitioners working on NGOs. And yeah, so and also fresh graduate from university as well, and they are coming from all corners of Indonesia, whether they are coming from area that never had conflict before or violent conflict before, or they come from areas that experience violent conflict in the past time. So it is and I I always feel that I'm not lecturing, but I'm facilitating, because um, these students, they are coming with their experience, especially those are who are coming from the area that experience violent conflict. They have very rich stories on what happened in the ground, what happened during that time, and everything. And our classes become very live, because we share different stories on what happened in the ground, and my role is only actually as to help them to see what happened in the ground in the more um, in a more academic ways, but also in a more strategic ways as well. Because in order, of course, we want them to be um, whenever they graduate from our program, we don't want them just become a person that have a degree on peace and conflict resolution. No, we want them become an active peace agent or peace advocate. So it is the nature of our program that for those who wants to study to our program, they have to be ready that, or they have to realize that we will help them to see the world differently, to make them realize that they have the responsibility to contribute to the world as well through their different roles. And yeah, we also we provide them with this with knowledge, theoretical theory and concept, but also we provide them with skills that are needed to solve conflict uh, in a peaceful way as well. And in the same time, we also nurturing the peace values within the student as well. So um, we create this program is not only for their mind and also their skill, but it is also for their heart as well. So we want them to be whenever become a person that um supporting or taking sides, sorry, taking side to those who are powerless, who are helpless, right? Because these are the basically that how uh, we do in our this work, that whenever we have the power, we have the privilege, we need to help those who have less privilege or less power. And the same, so yeah, because basically they are already graduate, or they have some experience in their respective field. We just not just, but we help them to make their work more strategic in a way to contribute to make a better to a better society or better world. While in schools, I am I have a job as the director for advocacy and community empowerment. But basically, my work is to make sure the integration, the implementation of peace education in 4 schools that we have in Aceh and Central Sulawesi. My responsibility with this school is um um mostly is actually I make sure all the teachers in our school, they become peace agents. They know, um they understand all the basic concept in peace studies, and also they have the skills to solve problems peace in a peaceful ways as well. And so when we are, and also they are living the peace values as well. Um, we see that peace education is not only delivered in a specific subject, it should be delivered in all subjects in the school. So it is my responsibility to make sure that all adults, I will not say only teachers, but we also have the school cleaners, the canteen staff, the security officers in our school as well. Everyone who are adults in our school, they should become peace advocate, peace agent, and because they become the role model for the students. So the students will not only see their teachers, but all adults within the school acting as a peace agents. So in that way, we believe that students also understand that, oh, this is the kind of attitude, the kind of behavior that I need to have as well as a community member, so that when I become an adult, I will be like them as well. And at the same time also, um, our teachers in the school also not teaching the or educate the students on how to become a peace agents, but we also have the responsibility to educate the parents and also the community members around our school as well. So we kind of I try to make my the teachers in our schools to be like peace activists as well. So they just they don't act as only as a teacher, like a normal teachers, but they become a more like peace activist in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a powerful method. You say that it's not only teaching, right? It's not about uh, giving informations on peace theories,
Mhm.
but it is building a culture within the school.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
only
true.
the student, right? It's the staff, the teacher, the support staff, and
Yeah,
then it's not only the school. It goes to the family through
that's correct.
students and through all concerned within the school.
Yeah.
How you do this? What is the process of doing that? I really want to know more about how you build this culture of peace in your school. It's
Mhm.
through education for the student, yes, but
Mhm.
through, yeah, what's really elaborate a little bit about the process.
Yeah. Um, my inspiration is back to the time when I was in Costa Rica, when I studied at the master program, master on peace education. Um, as I mentioned, that my professors, my lecturer, coming from different corner of the world, and most of them, not most of them, that all of them, they are activists. So whenever I need to mention some of the name. I have Alicia Cabezudo from Colombia, and then Eliana Mukherjee from Brazil, and then Sri Hinto and Virginia Kawagas from the Philippines and Malaysia, and then Ahmad Abdallah from from Egypt. Uh, I also have professors coming from um, Palestine as well. Um, Abu Nimr, I think. So they when they came to the classroom, they always share about their experience, what happened, what they did in the field, whenever they do when they did their peace work. Um, they did through many activities, and also like when I was there, then the program it is not only in the classroom. So um, our lecturers brought us to the field as well. We went to the slum area in San Jose in Costa Rica, and we went to different cities and villages to learn about sustainable environmental sustainability. So those different exposure makes me realize like how to bring a piece into real action. Um, so this is what I learned from the program, from my study on peace education, that it is not when we want to build a peaceful society, as you said before, we need to have a culture of peace in our society, and how to build that. We should build through different ways to. We need to open many as possible doors in our society. Yes, we need to go to through the to the government, of course, because they are who have the biggest power, because they can influence people and they can make policies. So we need to make sure that the government support this peace work, and then we need to go through the education institution, schools, university, and of course, when we go through that education institution, we go through the formal system. We need to have curriculum subjects that are integrating peace. And but we need to also remember that we have this society, community members that they have many activities in their lives, such as sports, and then like cooking, for example, or many things, many different activities. And how can we not change, but how can we make those activities, the normal activities, become these activities? It needs a creativity. We need to see how these normal daily activities can be transformed into peace activities by integrating some of the, not integrating, but integrating, but also bring up the what are what is actually can be learned from these activities from the peace perspective. For example, uh, we use sports as a peace activities, we can uh, we can bring up the element of cooperation in the sports, like in a team sports, for example, that in order to reach our goal, or to win to win the competition, for example, a team should have a good cooperation between the team members, right? So it is something that is also need uh, to be built as well in whenever we want to have a peaceful society. Everyone should cooperate between with each other. So it is the same things. Or for example, if we use like um we have this the community that has this uh, a culture of cooking together to celebrate something, like um, cooking together. uh, we have many element of peace in that activities. Beside cooperation, we can also come up with empathy as well, because usually when we make this cooking activities, it it is done when to celebrate something that, or to commemorate something that has this empathy element as well. So um I so beside this, my main jobs, actually I work with community members as well. But in my city, back in my city in Yogyakarta, I have my like idealism project. Uh, there is this community living in a slum area in my city that since 2010. Um, Me and some friends who are also uh, peace activists as well. Um, we are accompanying this community, this kind of, what I can say, it's a village, right, in a slum area. How to Of course, in the slum area, there are many violence happen in that community. Not only the direct violence, but we also notice structural violence and also cultural violence. We use the Galton concept of violence, and yeah. So our team think about how can we contribute to change the community, or yeah, the village, to, because we see children who lives in that community, that this seems like, well, if no one accompany them or work with them to change, to transform the community, we feel that we see that in the future those children will just stay there, and with, maybe in their future is just, they're not going anywhere. They're just doing like the same thing. But we think that these children actually have the opportunity to become better, not for themselves, but also to contribute to their community as well. So we think that if we can help in a way these children to have a better future, we we are sure, not only having a better future, but also in the same thing, in the same time also they become a person who care about their own community. When they already like have a better education, for example, they will think about how to transform my own community. So in this way, um we try to see what activities that are usually happen in the community, and what can we do through those activities. We can integrate these peace values. So, and one of the good example, or maybe a result that I can say in this village, because our activities, we brought students from the university who are coming from different subject, different areas. Uh, um, they come to this community. The children then become realize that there are many things that they can learn. Oh, they can become a musician, they can become a psychologist. So all these different things that they never think about before. And at the moment, there are three children who lives there that already studying in the university. While in 2010, there was no one in that slum area who have this or who went to the higher education. But yeah, now that we have like three university students, and I heard just last week I went there and I met with one of the community leader. He uh, he told me, or yeah, he asked me, uh, can you help me to find information about scholarship, because there is one child in our community that she wants to continue her study to university level. So this, the realization of that, they actually have the opportunity to have a better uh, uh, a better life is something that sometimes, yeah, this is what happened when people have less power, less privilege. They don't know about the access. Although the access is there, the opportunity is there, but because they have a very limited information, and no one come to them to inform them, they don't, they just don't know how about all this information. So this is our responsibility uh, as a people with privilege, with power, to go to reach out or to come to those who has less privilege, to inform them about this opportunity, so that everyone can have a can fulfill their basic rights. yeah, that's well,
Yeah, well, you share a very powerful story. You were working in Aceh and Sulawesi. That was
yeah,
once a very conflict affected zone, right?
yeah, yeah,
And you also share the impact of the peace education in those areas. Now you see the changes happening. They are thinking in a more peace way, and they're resolving their own conflict. So there's no doubt peace education has a lot of importance.
yeah,
So a very different approach you shared here is you are bringing different students from different cores to
yeah,
come and learn peace, which is very
mhm,
different. And I think you are trying to integrate peace into different curriculum and different courses, which I
yeah,
understood
mhm,
correctly, if I have understood it correctly. How have you done that? What are the challenges when you're doing that? Well, have you integrated peace in business? Have you integrated
mm,
peace in psychology, or have you integrated peace in arts, humanity, sociology? You know, when you come to the education sector,
mhm,
these all school of thoughts
mhm,
see peace as different approach, or see
yeah,
peace as a different school of thoughts.
yeah.
So I'm curious to learn more about how you have integrated them in other curriculum and
Mhm.
other courses.
Um, s- so I'm I will not say that I am the one who like change or integrate or yeah integrate this peace concept through two different subjects or different fields, but actually it is them uh, who integrate this piece into this different field. My responsibility as peace educators is to instill, to nurture, to what is it to introduce the peace concept and everything related to peace studies to them, whatever they regardless their backgrounds, then they will realize how to integrate it in a different field. For example, I have my students. She is coming from not veterinary. What is the I don't know what is the words in English, but oh, with animal husbandry,
Ah, okay.
right? I have I have a student with her undergraduate background is from animal husbandry. She came to our program studying peace and conflict resolution, and I was like, what, how it will contribute to her field? But then it was her that then told me or shared in our class that how to what is the importance of peace studies within the animal husbandry field. She told me that in Indonesia, for example, um, men and women have different. So it's related to cultural violence, cultural problems. In Indonesia, uh, it is based on what she shared in the class that women is not given the right to raise like big animals. So women only can raise chicken or ducks, or but those big animals like cow and then a sheep or it should be raised or should be managed by men.
Mhm.
So this is like you know inequality on how like people, men and women are treated inequally, not equally in like how to manage animals. And also in my school, there is in the Central Sulawesi, I have a teacher. He's teaching physics.
Mhm.
I don't know about physics at all, but I already giving a training for to him on peace education, all this basic concept of peace. And then one day he wrote an article and then published in the local local newspaper. He wrote an article on how to integrate peace in physics. So he shared his experience introducing the concept of conflict, the concept of uh, dialogue, concept of what it is uh, sorry, I suddenly don't remember the word, but um, s- oh, sorry, the conflict intensity, for example, by using activities when they are making this thermometer.
Hmm.
So this is something that I never knew about it, but because he already understand about the basic concept of peace, he can he can integrate that in the learning on. So when they make this the simple thermometer, he mentioned about like as I remember, when you put water in the thermometer, it will reduce the 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 temperature. So it is kind of like the same thing about when you are uh, playing or acting as a mediator, you come to the conflict, and then you mediate the conflicting parties, and you can bring down the temperature, the the heat of the conflict, so something like that. And actually, I asked him to translate his writing to English, and it is already published in the website of the Global Campaign for Peace Education Network. So it can be read and how it is um, integrate in a different subject. So again, to answer your question again, that I don't have I'm not smart enough to, oh, if it is in medical, so this is how to integrate peace, or if it is in the engineering, this is how to integrate this. I don't have that capacity, but they are themselves, whenever they already understand or they have the knowledge about peace, the concept of peace, they are themselves who will find a way how to integrate it in the different subjects or different will.
Yeah. Well,
I
you
hope that it is answering your question.
no,
Yeah.
that's obviously what you have done is powerful, right? Where many people imagine peace education is simply teaching peace and it's a didactic lecture, right, in classroom, but it's not. You share us the story, how it looks like in a real practical world. It's not only peace studies, but also see how a student from animal husbandry came in and learn and then
Mhm.
reintegrate that in her practices. You also share about the physics lecturer or physics teacher who came and learned
Yeah.
the peace concept and reintegrate in physics studies. So that's really powerful way of integrating peace in the subject, right? In the course, greater curriculums in business studies or in other. Okay, that's powerful. I have also read a little bit synopsis of your dissertation, PhD dissertation.
Oh.
It explored how school culture can be strengthened, uh,
Mhm, mhm,
and how teacher can be trained as a peace
mhm,
educator, or peace builder, or peace educators, right? And then they go back and build that, or implement that knowledge in their classes.
mhm,
What are the most powerful lessons from your research? Will you
mhm.
share some of them?
Yeah. Um, what I learned, like the keyword is consistency and continuity. So um, it is the learning process should not be stopped. That learning process should always happen on and on and on every day. Right. So I did my research because I was I met with some teachers in Indonesia, in different cities in Indonesia. At that time, I met with this teacher. She said that she has participated in a training on a character education, which is similar to peace education. Like. But then, so I was in her school at that time. So and then I asked her like whether is it possible for me to observe her classroom, because my understanding that if you are already uh, learn about this character education, or you will implement it in your classroom. But when I was in the classroom, I didn't see that being implemented. And also I asked her whether when she came back from the training, did she also share it with her colleagues, like with her teachers in with other teachers in the school? And she said no. So it was the uh, I I feel like the learning is become just to just for her, and it is not shared to others. So like why while my understanding, like if we want to make a um a, a school that what, right, peaceable school, like a school um implementing peace, it should become um oh, an effort from the all of the members in the school, right? As I mentioned before that, I so that's why I give training on peace education in the school is not only for teachers but all the adults in the school. So uh, but so when I have these problems, when I saw these problems, I learned about this problem. I saw that this school in Aceh. At that time, I haven't joined the school, but I know that this school is implementing peace education. Um, so I use this school as the school called Sukma Bangsa School. This school is implementing peace education, and I try to understand what happened in the school, that so that peace education is being implemented in the school. So I came there. I did my research. I did interviews and also observation. So what I found that in that school, the learning to become a peace educator is is not just uh, done through through training, to one-time training or two-time training or regular training, but it is done through the everyday activities. So there are different elements in there are different elements in the school that makes the teacher in that school is continuously learning about peace every day. So it is so the learning. So my research is on how to support teachers to become a good peace educators within a school. So what I found that first, that the school itself should have the commitment to be a peaceful school, and it is can be seen from the vision or the mission of the school. It is stated explicitly that this is a school that is built or developed on the foundation of peace education. And then the second one is the policy, the school policy, that all the school policy should be um, uh, 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 created or piece of values. So, for example, if there is this um, uh, that if there is a conflict, or when the school members need to have or need to get a consequence because they did something wrong, what should be like the consequences should be something that is um, uh, uh, makes the person who did the mistake um, realize or yeah, realize it, not just realize that they are wrong, but they realize why this is a wrong thing, then why I will not do this again in the future. And also like the enforcement, the policy enforcement in the school also uh, uh, should be done in a good way as well. And then the school also have some activities, regular activities that so that makes the people in the school members, especially the teachers, they always see peace in their daily lives. For example, there are posters on the walls that send the message of peace, and then they have this regular meetings like every day, like the morning gathering. And through that morning gathering, the school director, the school principals, they also always remind the teachers on the importance of being a peace educators. And then the school also provide this, as I mentioned, the regular trainings, but not only the regular training, they also connect the teachers to the experts on peace education, so that they always have the access to learn. And then in the school library, they also have sections or books that are on the peace education topics as well. So teachers always have this access and opportunity to learn about peace uh, every day, every time. And they also have this learning, like a forum for learning together between teachers. So they will uh, I think that they have this weekly meetings, but like within a month they have this weekly meeting, and one of the meeting they will learn about this in that meeting. So that's what I learned, and what I found, why this school become a strong institution that implementing peace education, because all the teachers, especially the teachers, because the teachers have become the forefront of in teaching of the teaching peace. Every day, every time they are in schools, they are always see peace everywhere. Like they have the opportunity, they have the opportunity to learn about peace every day. So it makes them become, feels like it is something that I need to to hold or to keep every day in as a personal values, as a personal as a personal values. So there is no chance, or there is no gap in the school that makes the teachers become like forget about what is this school about. They always remember that our school is about peaceable school. Our school is a peaceful school.
Mhm.
So this continuous reminders make the teachers also remember that whenever they are in the school, this is what I need to be. I need to be a peace educator.
Mhm. Yeah, well, that's it's really wonderful process, right? You share that peace is a continuous process and it's a
Yeah.
journey. Right? It cannot be
Mhm.
achieved in one day or in one
Yeah.
class or in just one lecture.
Yeah.
So and there's also a commitment from the school side of it, the management
Yeah.
side of it, the policy side of it, and then the commitment from teacher every
Yeah.
day, and the
Mhm.
commitment from the student to learn and share. And that's fabulous. That's marvelous. That's
Mhm.
wonderful. And that's how you build a culture of peace in your school.
Yeah. This should be like in our everyday lives.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
peace. Peace, that's how you promote the peaceapreneur, right? It's like entrepreneur who solve the problems and develop the businesses, right? As a
Mhm.
peaceapreneur, you are embracing the value of that peace
Mhm.
and you are promoting it in the community or those who ever come to your side uh,
Mhm.
through your language, through your dialogue, through your support, through being compassion, through showing your kindness, right? Through learning. Yeah. So beyond classroom, you have mentioned that you have trained journalist,
Mhm.
religious leader,
Yeah.
and even former combatants.
Yes.
Could you share some story where peace education has truly transformed these sections of the community?
Mm. I don't. Um. Yeah. I think what for some of them, because it is a project, so I don't, I cannot say that whether it really transformed them, because I didn't
Do the
do the,
evaluation?
the evaluation after that. So, but for some others, I think I saw the changing. For example, I did I deliver peace training for religious leaders in Papua, and I think that's, yeah, because I think because I always in contact with them, so I saw like what are changing in the way they approaching problems. And so yeah, I was joining an international NGO called Peace Brigades International. So I was become their peace education trainer. So um, my responsibility is to give training for um, community groups that are working with this organization. So at that time, I delivered training for women groups in Aceh, and then also youth in Aceh, and then these religious leaders in Papua. And Yeah, during the activities, of course, that they they see during the training they have this they share about the changing from the beginning of the training to the last day of the training. They always come up with the realization on, oh, this is something that I never learned about, and now I know about this, and particularly this especially when we talk about violence, they always see violence is only the direct violence. They never learn about the structural and cultural violence. So it is something that I think it is something that I always found in every peace training that I did everywhere. The realization about violence is not only the direct violence, and I saw the personal changing, especially in that way, because some just not few weeks. So today is Saturday in my. So on Thursday, so 2 days ago, 2 days ago, I went to a school in my province. So I did my community service. This is a school for the children with disability, so special needs children. So the teachers realize, of course, they understand that um in Indonesia there is this stigma or discrimination as well to those who have special needs. Um, s- all this seen as um, problems. They are seen as problem. They are seen as they don't need. They do not deserve the equal rights as well, for example. And the teachers already knows about all of them, but they never know that it is actually part of violence. So um, when they understand that about this conflict and the violence triangle about the connection between direct violence and structural violence and cultural violence, they finally understand that, oh, this is how they like they understand like why people can can do harm or can hit, for example, can hit or doing this physical violence to those people with disabilities. Oh, because we have structural problems that um, we don't really in the policy that we have in the government. They don't really, although we have a good policy, but then the implementation, the enforcement of the policy didn't really making the people with disabilities secure or feeling safe, you know. Um, and then also then we have this, all the stigma, the discrimination within the society, that they finally realize that this is and the stigma and also the discrimination in the community is a result of the bad implementation of the policy. So this kind of realization is a in a personal level, it's a very important, it's a very, you know, this is something that I always uh try to find or try to achieve when although so for example, although some of the teachers like saying it in jokingly, but they actually, when they are making a joke about structural violence in the school, for example, oh, Oh no, I understand that the policy in our school is some of the policy in our school is actually is a structural violence, and they laugh about that. But you know, then in that way, they already understand. Oh, this is what we call as a violence. And I think this kind of realization makes them as a person become more critical in seeing everything around them. And yeah, it will, I think it will make them naturally become a peace advocate or a peace agent in the future, because they one of them, I remember that now I see everything like differently. I cannot just go like when I ride my motorbike, I cannot just go with like straight face and see just the road. But now I always see like people in the side of the road and see like different cultural and structural problems that happen in our society. Yeah, and and that's a good thing, because now there become more people that become more sensitive about social issues in their surrounding community and society, and that's how we start our peace work.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, where you share about how influence is critical in carrying forward the peace moment, right?
yeah, yeah.
And working as a trainer, you couldn't really see the impact, but you were there to train people and informed and aware.
Yeah.
But to be able to know how it impacted, I think you would have consulted, right, with the NGO person or someone who has hired you, but
Yeah.
that's not on your scope, right? So
Yeah.
you wouldn't know how how impactful those training were. But in terms of education, you projected us how you transformed uh, the culture of
Mm.
peace, or you build the culture of peace within that school or at the universities, and how you train the teachers, and
Mhm.
how that consistency and continuous process has introduced the peace culture of peace in the schools. That's such a powerful model. Imagine if this model is replicated all around the world and in
Mm.
Indonesia, what would happen in 20 years' time?
In 20 years of time, I what I'm doing now is actually I try to I will say that I'm actually a more I'm a local like or grassroots person. I don't like going up to the policy level, because I still have this, you know, stigma. Um, it is hard working if we need to change the mindset of the people with like this big power. And I just feel like I don't have the energy for that. But now I see I trying to move out from my comfort comfort zone. Uh, I although maybe I'm not going directly with people who has the big power, but I now I'm working with some other people who can talk to these people with bigger power, so then I realized that I cannot work uh alone. Like everyone should work collaboratively in a cooperative ways, because to reach peace, everyone has their scope of work, but in a way we also need to connect with each other, and we will work together. I mean, for example, talking with you, Mukti, I mean, it is. I don't see it as a coincidence or something, because I think we will through our communication, our talk today, I believe it will affect I don't know different aspect. I mean, maybe someone who watch our conversation today, if this person is someone in power, maybe they will, hopefully, this person will change their mind, and starting to see things differently, for example. And yeah,
But you are
I think that,
educating a student, right? You are educating a student, and in 20 years' time, they go and
yeah,
hold a powerful position, maybe.
yeah. I'm sure that it's like I'm just planting the seeds, right? Maybe I will not taste or uh, harvest the fruits, but I know that I'm planting a good seeds.
Yeah.
Whoever will harvest the fruits, or who will taste the fruits, that's not on my responsibility.
Yeah.
My responsibility is to plant a good seeds.
Hmm. It's seeing the vision as well, right? We see peace, and we envision that the seed that we have planted will grow to a very good, peaceful, mm, filled with compassion, love,
Yeah.
kindness.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
that.
we believe that the fruits
Yeah, and
that come
deliver the.
up from that seeds, it also contains good seeds as well,
So that
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 will be planted.
also reharvest,
Yeah,
replanting,
yeah,
reharvesting, and
yeah,
it's a cycle.
yeah.
What are the challenges you have faced so far in working for peace, working with peace, working around peace?
Mm, mm. The challenges, I think, to me, I think the biggest challenges is reaching the powerful, reaching the people uh, who has the bigger and the biggest power, because uh, they can influence people, they can making decision, and it impact our lives, and it will, if they are not rich, there is this I mean, the possibility to make the situation uh, worse, and it makes our work in the field become harder. And but yeah, I mean, challenges is always there, and it is, I think, the I see challenges as kind of as an interesting topics that I want to solve, or what I want to, I don't see it as an obstacle, but as I try to approach it through a joyful uh approach. I mean, I'm thinking about games. I'm thinking about, like, whenever I play games, it brings some joy, fun, and joy, when because there are obstacles, there are challenges when we are playing games, right? and yeah, I try to see those challenges in our peace journey in that way, because I think by seeing them in a joyful and fun way, it will not make it will not make us feeling that, oh, this is a very hard things to do. Yeah.
Yeah, well, peace work is filled with challenges. There's
Yeah, yeah.
and it's a long journey, a long process. The impact cannot be seen in a day, right? That's what we
Yeah,
already mentioned.
yeah,
And the donors, we rely on donors, and
yeah, yeah,
donor really want impact within the
yeah.
project. And peace cannot be a project. It's
Mhm,
a long-term
mhm.
process.
Yeah,
It take time, right? Changing
yeah.
people is a process. Uh-huh. Yeah, but whatever you're doing is like you have reached more people, but you are still saying that reaching out to key people
Yeah.
challenges. But may I ask you, how many people you have trained so far?
Oh. I don't remember how many.
You can't remember that, right? You are
Too
reaching
many.
to more people and you are building
Yeah, yeah.
foundations of peace through the education system, which is very powerful. And I really appreciate that work. And in the long run, these people may be
Mhm.
the one to be the key people
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
powerful
I
position,
really hope that. Yeah.
influence the policies, and one day they will
Mhm.
change the policies.
I'm happy that we are using the same term, key people and more people, because that's what that's what I use as well. And I learned that during my time in ACTS program. I think yeah, maybe you also learned
Well,
that.
yeah, we come from the same schools, right? So we know what we are talking here, but we are trying to
Yeah, and
make
yeah,
make
that's
aware the whole other communities,
that's
people. Well,
I that in that way I yeah I after I learned about that, whenever we want to make a change, transformative change in our society, we need to we need to start from changing the personal level, right? Whether it is the more people and or this is the key people, both of them need to be reached out. Those in the personal level, and then after that, when we can talk about the social and political changes, right? And
mhm.
yeah, most of my time I work with more people and I work less with key people. And I think now with all this position that I have now, I have the opportunity that I move to more to the key people area,
Mm.
although I'm not going directly personally, but I go with the help from other people and other institutions to reach those key people. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you gave us a very wholesome work, a summary of your work, your peace work, and how education plays an important role in peace education, and also transforming the community, the society, and also the self. Uh,
Mhm.
and Education Institute is the best approach, right? What you have chosen to educate people in within that institution.
Mhm.
It's not only through one course or the
Yeah.
peace course, it's integrated in the other course as well by the teachers.
Yeah.
Do you have any comment or what do you like to say to our listener as your last statement?
Okay. My message that everyone has their responsibility, their role, and contribution in making our society become a peaceful society. You just need to learn the concept, and after that, you can find out how to put that concept into like based on your specific roles in the society, whether you are a doctor, teacher, police officer, or whether you are parents, a child, or you are an elderly, whether you are people with special needs or disability. Every one of us, we have our role as a peace agent, and it is still possible to reach peace. But the most important thing that we reach the peace through a peaceful way.
Mhm. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really hopeful that the people of the Mother Earth, will see the peace, and I really appreciate people like yourself who are really working in the ground in the communities to establish that peace and to transform the heart of a people. Uh,
Thank you.
to really, well, that's really challenging, and it's glad to see people working so hard in the field with the expectations that world will be better place to live in and peaceful. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for giving us this wonderful time. I know
Thank you so much.
it's early
Thank you.
morning there, and you still got up early to come to this podcast. I really appreciate your time. Look forward to talking to you very soon. Take care.
Okay. Thank you.